Postcards are an excellent way to advertise your company, your brand, or a product, and an event. We'll start by creating a new document, and a common postcard size is 6 by 4. So I'll type 6, press Tab, type 4, and lock in my margins. And with postcards, I commonly go for 1/4 inch margin. So I clicked the lock, I typed 0.25 and hit Tab. And to provide myself with guides for one half and the other, I'll do 2 column guides, but make my gutter very thin at 1/10 of an inch. This is a layout I use frequently. In fact, I can set up front and back right now by typing in 2 pages. I'll click Save Preset and call this 6 by 4 postcard. When I hit OK, you'll notice it's added to my frequent document sizes. I'll click OK again. And we'll start by placing an image. So File, Place, or Command D to drop in picture or drop in text, or on Windows, Control D. And I'm going to place the strands PSD. With my cursor, I'll move to the bleed guide because I do want this to bleed off the edge of the postcard. And one quick click places the image. Command minus or Control minus on Windows will let me zoom out. And instead of changing tools to scale, I'll hold down on the Mac Command and Shift together and get right on the lower right corner. On the PC, you can hold down Control and Shift. Holding down the Command key or Control key scales. But I'm going to undo that. I add the Shift key into that combination to scale proportionally. And I'll let go. And I'd also like to crop a bit, so I'll move to this right edge holding down no keys. I want to keep the height the same, so I'll click and drag to my first column guide. If I click on the target in the center, the content grabber, I can now move the picture inside the box to reveal more of the purple color. And if you click and hold and count to 2, I always have to do 1, 2 in my head because most people only wait 1 second. I could see a ghost of what's being cropped off as you drag. And I can finish up by using my arrow keys on my keyboard, left arrow or right arrow to nudge. I'll click away to deselect, and now I'm going to create a text area with the Type tool. For the type, I'm going to start roughly on the center of the right column and click and drag. You could see that my smart guides indicate that my width is 2.7 and my height is 1.26. As I drag, it will show me a width and height. I'm just going to eyeball this and type in one of my favorite quotes. Now, this is a 2-part quote, and often when there's a pause, I'll go to my Type menu, Insert Special Character, hyphens and dashes, and do the typographically pleasing M dash. So I'm going to finish this with things I had no words for. You'll notice that as I was typing, it was flagging typos. Added to InDesign CS2 is the dynamic spell check, which gives you red squiggles under your typos. So edit spelling, dynamic spelling. And I'll finish this off by going back to Type, Insert Special Character, hyphens and dashes, M dash, and this is by Georgia O'Keeffe. And O'Keeffe will be something that isn't recognized. Let me make sure I have the proper character here. If it's a word that you use frequently, you could add it to the dictionary, but once I corrected that character, it actually found it. I'll do a select all, and before I finish up, I'm actually going to open a document that I put in your Assets folder for you. In the Assets folder at the main level, Whenever you're concerned about what typeface to use, you can look at the short list of the fonts that are included with the Creative Suite. I didn't put all their flavors or styles, such as bold, bold italic, condensed, light, but here I can get a good visual for the styles that I want. I hit Command plus or Control plus to zoom in, and I think I'm going to go with an older feel, the Prestige Elite, which reminds me of the 1950s and the old typewriters. I'll close this document up, I'll do a Select All, and I'll change my font to the Prestige Elite. And even though it says bold, it's a lighter font, so the bold will not look that thick. In fact, you'll see that I only have one available. So I don't have the entire font family for Prestige Elite. Regular, bold, bold italic, and italic. I only have the one. I always choose optical kerning, and I'll make my type a bit smaller. When I'm happy with it, I'll triple click. 2 clicks always selects a word. 3 clicks selects a line. I'll triple click on the author, and I'm going to use Adobe Garamond Pro, which is in the G section, even though it starts with A for Adobe. The family is Garamond, and I'll choose italic. And there we have it. If I click my selection tool and click away and hit the letter W as in window, I can do a preview. And I tend to like to visually preview what I have. I'll hit W again, and I want to give this cover a little bit more shape. So I will click once on the photo, and this yellow corner just below the upper right handle, but this yellow square lets me do rounded corners. And I only want one to be rounded. So when I click, I'll hold down the Shift key and drag, and you'll notice it's rounding that corner. If you didn't use the Shift key, I'll undo twice, all of the sides would drag, which isn't the look I'm going for. So I'll hit Control Z or Command Z to undo, hold down Shift, and round one corner. And there is the front of my postcard. So see if you can whip this up. Feel free to insert your own favorite quote. I'll finish this off, and there is a bit of a debate on this in the industry, whether or not you want spaces before and after the M dash. I'll hit W for preview. I think I like it without the spaces. And there we have it. W again, once you click away, we'll go to preview. I think I'm pretty happy with the position overall, and now I will save.